One of the last commands that Jesus gave his children before ascending into heaven was to go into all the world and spread the good news to all people. The good news about his love and his sacrifice and his salvation. Now, when someone wants his listeners to remember what he's saying, if nothing else, they remember this one point, they'll say it last, just to make sure that they hear this one point. And Jesus' last point was go. And I think that if he said that last, it's probably one of the most important things that he said to us. And I think it's important for all his children to take that very seriously. There are a few things that I think a lot of us Christians, God's children, allow ourselves to believe that cause us to not be able to spread that gospel. One will believe that there are only a certain amount of people in this world, believers, that are chosen to go and spread the gospel. They're special. We've deemed them special. They're the ones that go across the ocean and spread the gospel. Another may be that we're not comfortable spreading the gospel. We're afraid to do that, and we feel like we're stuffing it down someone's throat. And so we just don't do it because we don't want to be uncomfortable. Another may be that you feel like it's inappropriate in the circumstances of life, maybe in the workplace or wherever you are, it wouldn't be right to bring up your own religious views. But I think something that we miss is exactly what we're supposed to be spreading, okay? First, we need to remember that who our Savior is to us and what exactly we're spreading. Yes, people need to see that they're sinners and that they need a Savior. But what they really need to see is who Jesus is, the reality of who Jesus is. It was Jesus' ultimate sacrifice. It was an ultimate act of love that saves us, that makes us his children. I think that's what we need to see, that it was his love. So if that's what we need to spread, then it needs to be our entire lifestyle, our entire attitude that is spreading the gospel. They need to see the sacrifice of what we feel are our own personal rights, let's say, or genuine love, just actually showing care for other people. Having a servant's attitude, not being afraid to serve others, to not make yourself so important, but to be the person that is willing to just give of your time. That is Christ's love. That is what Jesus did for us, and that's what we're supposed to be spreading. And that's what we want to share with others, and allow them to get to experience the same kind of love that we get to experience as children of Christ. It doesn't necessarily take someone special, someone deemed special and chosen, maybe is how we might think of it, but it takes someone willing. It just takes us making our hearts willing to the Lord to say, use me to spread your good news. When a person says they're uncomfortable sharing the gospel, sometimes maybe it's the wrong idea, that the person feels like they're being a salesman, selling hell insurance, basically, fire insurance, for people to not have to experience that wrath. And yes, that is a very important part of it. But when you think of yourself as a salesman, it's not going to be as genuine. You have to think of it more as sharing a reason to live, giving a person life purpose, knowing that they were created for a Savior, created for God, and that even though they have sinned and is what has separated them from God, God made a way for us to come back to him and have a purpose in life and to live for him, and just to get to know that personal relationship with the Creator, with the God of all things. Just think of how awesome that is, And that is what wants you to go and makes you want to go and spread. You want to spread that. You want to go, like Jesus said, and spread that gospel. That's what the exciting part is. So the question was, Carleigh, what are you passionate about? And I'm passionate about spreading the good news of Christ all over the world, whether it be to your family or to your neighbors or to your city or your own country or to another country, wherever it is. It's where Christ calls you. It's where you're willing. It's when you allow yourself to make your entire being someone that loves Christ and wants to share that with others because of how grateful you are for what Christ did for you on the cross. You don't have to be the special person to get to spread this. It just takes willingness and compassion. We just need to get our minds in the right places. We need to get our hearts in the right places and ask God to give us a heart to truly serve Him and serve others. And when people see that, that is what this world needs right now. There are too many people that are lost out there and they feel like they're going nowhere, and one day they're just gonna die and that's all there is to life. But no, we know the truth as Christ's children, so we need to be the first ones to say, no, that's not how life has to be. You can have a purpose to live and then live forever with the one who created you.